Hi, good morning, good day, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great in the wonderful name of the Lord Jesus Christ. This is Maskolendila, once again, your host in this channel. Today, I want to talk about something with you, as you saw on the thumbnail, and yeah, but we'll see on how we get it there. Please make sure that you like and you subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you will be helping the channel to grow. You will be helping the growth of the channel. Please also, if you feel like you want to sponsor us, you want to sponsor One God TV Network, we will leave our contact details down below so that you can be able to get in touch with us. Amen. And so the topic that I want to talk about today, it's, I don't know, no, I don't want to say it's a controversial topic or what, but it's a topic that is very, very popular, and people are talking about it on here online. But I thought, let me also bring my own knowledge and also my own observation. It's about the African spiritualism, né? But it is a phenomena that it has become a sort of a culture. Many people are busy talking about the the African spiritualism, but in my observation, is African spiritualism, it is, I don't think it depends on the individual. Like if you are here at the Eastern Cape, you will find out that here in the Eastern Cape we have things that we do that are different than the things that people of Limpopo that are doing. But yeah, yes. You have the things that are different that people of Limpopo are doing, and then they call it an African. So how can it be an African spiritualism, but people are practicing different things? How can it be that? Yeah, I was just passing them. But I want to, for the most focus on the things that I want to focus on, I want to talk about the Sangoma kanye amagqirha. I want to talk about that because I think I am in a position where I can talk about the Zangomas and the Amagqirha because of the background that I have, because my mother was also a Sangoma, but in her Sangoma she was not yet complete the initiation of there are things that are being done, like to initiate you into a full Sangoma, but she was there in the middle. First of all, here in the Eastern Cape, we have those Zangomas that have like white beads, yeah, and white and blue beads. They will have those colors. Hey, okay. So now talking about these Zangomas, but I want to talk about the spiritual part of it. You see, I want to talk about the spiritual part of it, and if I have a chance, I'm going to compare it to Christianity, and then but when I compare to a Christianity, I'm not comparing like comparison. I'm going to show like a parallel line that is there between the Sangoma and the Christianity. You see, First of all, I I believe in the natural herbs, the herbs that people are using, the herbs that are out there naturally. Like I believe that most of the modern sangomas, I know herb more than them. I believe that those one who are initiated very very fast. I believe that I know natural herb more than them because of I grew up as I was telling you that my mother was sangoma, and I used to go with her and her mentor to the mountains, and we go and gather like and gather herbs, and then I will ask question. This one, it will tell this one has to do something with that. This one has to do something that. This one has to do something with that. Yeah, one. And until I got into a stage where they can send me to go into the mountain and bring something. They will tell me about you have to bring years until one of the things that I've noticed on uh, on the herbs that they were using, they do not have like a specific name, you see, but there are few herbs that are known, generally known, that have specific name. Most of the herb that they gather, they are known by what they can heal, you see. If again there's one of the herb called equal, everyone knows that. Knows that it help with when you have fever. You chew it, or maybe you boil it, then you drink it. You drink the water, and then it will help you to endorse the fever. And there are many more, like when you have like a facial problem, you can take something and combine with that, and then you will have like your thing that will help you. But something that I've observed, and I find out, even if you can know many of the many of these natural help, but there is something that is behind them. One of the things that my mother, she was good at to help people who want to get pregnant. So in my growing up, I saw like few people coming to her for pregnancy, for getting pregnant, and then she will have like some herb. And then one thing that I notice is that whenever she's about to mix those herb, but she will sing a song, and that song I cannot tell you on what the song was. But now that I've grown and then I have become born again believer, I begin to understand what the song was, was for. You see, because the song that every time she's going to mix something for a person, one thing that was common, but she will be singing a certain song and then begin to mix those things. And then one of the strange things about these certain songs that she will be singing is like they are not in the like in popular. Look, they are not known, but they are known by her, you see. So, and then I've also observed on her mentor also, when he's mixing like herbs for people, he will be like singing and a certain song. Maybe he will be humming while he is mixing. So I grow up knowing those things. And then now that I am a believer, I know that What they were doing, it was something that is called enchantment. To enchant is to call upon this a certain spirit, and then that certain spirit will be granting the healing for that person organ, or that certain spirit will be granting maybe whatever that was intended for the mixing of those herbs. Okay, I'm not sure that I am digressing, but the things that I did not write point. So please forgive me because I want to say this out of my heart. And then one thing that was happening. Oh, okay, let me also note this. My mother, before her initiation, she had to go because she was married at my family, which is in my father's family, and then now she had to go to her home so that they can do a ceremony there. That was the first initiation. Likely we were there, but I was still young. What happened in that ceremony? They took her to the river, and then when they took her to the river, and then there was a goat there, and then the goat was slaughtered. But what was happening is that they make a hut, a small hut for her on the bank of the river. And after 7 days, and then they make that that thing on the bank of the river. And what they do after that, many people they will be staying at the distance from her, and then she will be like communicating with the ancestors there on the top of the river. But one thing that I saw on another day, I saw that she was coming out of the water. But when you look at that water, you will find out that she was coming from the place that was very, very deep. So I don't want to make an assumption. Let me just say was coming on that water. I do not know on how long she was there on that water, but I saw when she was coming from the water. You see. And then one of the things that I can tell you is that when she came out of the water, she also had her white beads done, and then she also had the skin goat, the goat that was slaughtered or in the river. She had that. I observed those things, and then I know that she could not done that decoration on herself by herself. There must be someone who was helping her. You see, I believe that it was her ancestors that were doing that to her. But now that I become a believer, I know that there were spirits that were involved in that initiation. You see. And another thing, now I'm coming back now, because I wanted to highlight this, that and then my mother passed on after like that ceremony. But yeah, but she was not sure her sangoma things, she did not complete it like the full initiation of it. And then after that, one thing that happened is that after she was initiated on the river, I also begin to dream like dreams, like I begin to see myself wearing those beads, and then I was wearing like another beads that were covering my face, and then that thing, it bothered me at school, because every time there was an important task at the school, those beads will just come and close my eyes. And then to such a point, I said that maybe my eyes, I had a problem with my eyes, but I know that these things, when I'm in the class, they will just come and cover my face with the beads, and I will not be able to see what is happening on the board, you see. But I think let us save the story for another day. Please make sure that you comment, so that if you want to hear the story how God helped me from that, I will also share it. But now I want to I want us to get to know to these things, because I believe that these are the things that we supposed to talk about and discuss. Because now here in the Southern Africa, we have a phenomena that many children are initiated to sangomas. But when you can look that there is a spirit of manipulation that is manipulating these young people to be sangomas. And then you find out when these young children are initiated to sangomanes, they are not initiated in the way of our original culture. They are initiated in another culture. Like we as a Xhosa, we know that they must have we grow up like our zangomas have, like, they have white and blue beads. They do not have red and yellow. You see, now we have a phenomena. It is the shifting of the spirit. Like the spirit that is more powerful, it is the spirit that will show his dominance by manifesting by manifesting his domain. So now our zangomas, their spirit have become inferior to this new phenomena of sangomas, because these one, they do not know a lot of things about herbs. What they know, they can summon the spirits very fast, and then these are the things, they can do things like they can run in the spirit. Mind you, when I'm saying in the spirit, I am saying in the spirit in the context of them knowing their witchcraft. But I want to employ this in the spirit. Maybe someone who's a Christian, who might get confused on this. And another thing that I observed is that the zangomas that the traditional healers and the sangomas that we have now, we have it have changed, and we have another new era of sangomas. But and then you can see that the inconsistency of what you call African religion, and then you can say that this thing is not true. You see, it is like a divination. For example, let me just go. I'm not sure. No, I'm digressing. Go to Credomto. Credomto was saying, he is the person who was saying the most strange things. But you find out the zangomas that are from in the Eastern Cape, they are not aware about the things that he was saying. but they're supposed to be aware. That means he had another spirits that were working with him, and then those spirits, they were in another rank. So one of the things about the spirits are ranking themselves, but they are working in the same kingdom. Okay, so they rank themselves. There is no Paul said that we are not dealing with flesh and blood. We are dealing, you see, principality, you see, powers, you see. And then he said that the wicked ones who are in the heavenly places. So he put rankings them. So whatever the spirit that is coming or on the play, that spirit will show up its dominance. The thing that now we have in the Southern Africa, we have the outpouring of young children who are being initiated, manipulated in this thing of sangomas. And then this thing, it also use people who are popular because it want to gain more mileage. Because the system that they were using, they could see that system is not working. The system that they were using before. Now they are using celebrities, like people who will put their content here online, talking about African spirituality and talking about ancestors. And you have to know this thing, that in the Christianity, we do not, what is the right word that I want to say? That in the Christianity, we do not, what we do not do? We do not ignore we acknowledge that we have ancestors. Yeah, I think it's the right thing. We acknowledge and then we understand that we have ancestors. What is the ancestors to us as a Christian? Ancestors to us as a Christian are the people who passed away. Ne? And then they are the people who passed away, who are our fathers. Those are our ancestors. But being an ancestor to a Christian, it does not give a room for that person to be worshipped. We only worship Jesus. And also, the way that we worship Jesus only, and then we do not pray to the ancestors that they may talk with God. You see, we understand. So now, what is happening here is that there are things that are called familiar spirit. Familiar spirit are the spirits that are gathering human history, and they will use divination projection in my dream and come into my dream and tell me that, Mascole, I am your great-great-grandfather. I want you to slaughter a cow for me. That is why Africa has become so poor. These things are holding Africa down, because the things that we collect for our wealth, we use to sacrifice to them. And as when we use the things that was supposed to be in our wealth, those things are begin to converted to a curse in our lives. I'm not sure that I'm making sense. So I love to the people who say, African, we have to go back to the way. I'm asking myself, in what way? What way? Because when you go to the North Africa, you will find out people in the North Africa, they are doing another thing that is out of the way than the thing that we are doing here in South Africa in the name of African spirituality, or African and so what and so what. sincerely believe that the Izangoma, people who know herbs, that project did not started with Sangoma. That project, I believe that it was God who started it, but it was stolen. It was manipulated. God can come in your dream. Maybe you can dream about a certain thing, a certain herb, and then you can see that herb. I believe that God was using our dreams to help us to get to medicine, because we cannot just know medicine. We cannot just know the herb, that this herb is for this, than the person who created that medicine. We will need the knowledge from that person. I believe that thing, it was maybe before Jesus came in Africa, maybe before people were converted. I believe that God was using like people. He will give you a knowledge of herbs, but that structure, a lot of demons enter in that structure. But what God wanted to bring was the ultimate of Jesus. You see. So this thing, like I hear like people like Baba Joshua Maponga talking about African spirituality, but one of the things that I've noticed to him is that in his claim, in his like so-called knowledge, and so what, I don't know why. sorry. In his knowledge, but what he's talking about that we should connect to the earth, we should connect to the tree, we should connect to the stones, we should connect. No, men are not made to connect to anything that is in earth. The only being that we have to connect with is Jesus, is God. We do not need trees to connect. We only need God. But the African spirituality, they are coming like with the strange thing that we have to connect to the tree, we have to connect to the ground, we have to connect to the soil. The Bible does not teach that. And I can emphatically clearly say that this is not African, this is a Western religion that they are practicing in Africa. Because, why do I am saying that? Because it was Roman kingdom, that knows more spirit than everyone. Because the Roman kingdom, they know that there are spirits of walking. There are spirits. They are not called, let's say, gods. There's gods that will help you to walk. There's a God that will help you to connect with. There's a God, there's certain, and then they have many gods. And then you say that thing is an African. So in clearly there's no such a thing that is called African. It is just a lie because I see that this thing, it is coming to attack the validity, the I don't know. Hey, where is my English now? It comes to attack the potence of Christian, or the potence of Christ. Because all these things, they disconnect you to the Creator by all costs. They will take you to the trees. They will take you to the soil. They disconnect you. So I think that we are going to continue to talk about this thing of African religion. If someone to tell me that I have dreams, like I see my ancestors talking to me, I can tell you that person that one of the things that person need deliverance. One of the time, me and my other friend, but I don't want to mention him. Let me just mention him. He does not have a problem. We were praying for Mr. Gado. We were praying for another someone, a child. We were praying for this young lady. And then as we were praying, laying hands on her, we discovered that, okay, she's initiated into Sangoma. And then we discover, as we're praying, we use like discerning of spirit on which stage that she was in when she met us. Then we discovered that she was still new, and then they were only putting ropes to her. As soon as we begin to take those ropes out of her, she was like, she got like deliverance. We deliver her up to the name that she was given. So I saw that things like these things are like their purpose is to deviate Africans from through Christ, because these things are out there to make you not want anything that it has to do with Christ, because now it is coming with the, like, we are colonized. This thing happened to our ancestors. They were colonized by Rome. They were so and so and so. But there are instances that the Bible was used to manipulate people. Those things, we as a Christian, we do not shy away by those things. But as soon as we have book and we begin to read it, we begin to know that this book is the book of life. Even you can see that the leadership of the ANC, those people, they were pastors. Then the first patriarch who started the ANC, those people, they were pastors. Where were the Zangomas when that movement was starting? Where were they? They were no more. But now, Christ is gaining mileage in Africa, I can tell you. And then these things, this movement, African spirituality, begin to creep in to make a mind of our people to be another way. Yes, I'm not sure that I have made any sense, but if you have question about the things that has to do with Sangoma, that your child is seeing dreams, I can tell you that is a familiar spirit. Yes, that is a familiar spirit. And then also we have to be careful that these things, we should not take them light because of we are Christian. They have a power to kill. They have power to throw curse to us. But also we have to be firm about the belief that we have in Christ. In order for us to match their energy or to defeat them, we have to make sure that we understand Christ in and out of our lives. So that if we do not understand Christ in and out of our lives, we are going to lose the battle. You see. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you like and you subscribe. The part 2 that I'm going to come with this video, I'm going to tell you on how God saved me, how Jesus helped my life to deliver me from this thing of Sangoma. Yes, thank you very much. And please make sure that you like and you subscribe. And also, I'm asking you that if we ask that you support us. Maybe if you feel like you want to support us with anything, that we will welcome it. If you maybe you can join a membership or on the platform, or you can donate whatever amount that you want to donate to us. But what we are going to do, we are going to leave our details in on the description box. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I love you.